Good evening and welcome to the Newshour agenda. I am Madhavdas G. Viewers, there's a sensational new twist to the vandalism at Allu Arjun's residence. A day after several goons were seen on camera going on a rampage at the actor's Jubilee Hills residence, a Congress link has now emerged. The man on your screens is Reddy Srinivas, the main accused in the case. Yesterday, he was seen leading the mob, pelting stones and vandalizing the Pushpa star's residence. It has now been revealed that he is the Kodangal Youth Congress president. Kodangal is Chief Minister Revanth Reddy's assembly constituency. Now, the BJP and BRS have mounted pressure on the Congress-led Telangana government, calling the vandalism an act of state-sponsored Gundaism, quote-unquote. The party leaders have cited pictures of the accused with the Chief Minister, calling it shameful that the Congress workers attacked the star's residence.
One of the accused belongs to Congress party. He is an elected leader of their youth wing, and Congress encouraging such acts are not correct, and we strongly demand the police should take strong action on these people who have done this vandalism. Violence has no space in democracy.
जिस व्यक्ति ने अल्लू अर्जुन के घर पे हमला किया वो कांग्रेस से जुड़ा हुआ है, रेवंत रेड्डी का करीबी है और वो कोडंगल कांग्रेस यूथ कांग्रेस का सदस्य भी है। किस प्रकार से कांग्रेस के तार स्टेट स्पॉन्सर्ड हुलिगनिज्म में जुड़ते हैं अब वो सामने आ चुका है। अल्लू अर्जुन ने कैंपेनिंग नहीं की तो उसके घर पे हमला, उसको अरेस्ट कराना, यही कांग्रेस करती है और आजीवन कांग्रेस ने इमरजेंसी मानसिकता दिखाई है।
In fact, while the police arrested them, the main accused was seen demanding an apology from actor Allu Arjun.
Allu Arjun దండకావరంతోని మాట్లాడుతూ ఇది ఒక రేవతి అనే ఒక మహిళకు సావుకరమైన ఈ యొక్క అల్లు అర్జున్ తక్షణమే పుష్పాని విద్యార్థులు డిమాండ్ చేస్తున్నాము. ఆ రేవతి కుటుంబానికి ₹1 దానితో పాటు రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వానికి క్షమాపణ చెప్పాలి.
Now, the Telangana Chief Minister has taken note of the incident and has condemned the attack. He's directed the DGP and the City Police Commissioner to take strict action against the perpetrators and says the government will not tolerate any such laxity in this regard. 6 vandals arrested yesterday have been granted bail by the court. Meanwhile, Congress MLC Dr. Venkat Balmur has tweeted a picture of the main accused with KTR, asking if there is a political conspiracy involving the BRS working president behind the attack on actor Allu Arjun's residence. But another Congress leader and member of parliament, Chamala Kiran Kumar Reddy, saying that the main accused was earlier with the BRS party, in a way accepting that he is currently associated with the Congress party.
They were saying he was related to the Congress party, but you understand these people are not at the high level of the Congress party. They belong to my constituency or anybody's constituency. They have been in the past in the BRS party, the same people who have been showing there. These people are not provoked by the Congress party and we have no interest. Our Chief Minister is very positive towards the industry.
Now, the police have also released CCTV footage from the day of the stampede. While Allu Arjun held a press conference claiming that he left when he was informed, the police released footage that shows the DCP escorting the actor out of the theatre on the day of the stampede. Meanwhile, the Pushpa 2 producer, Naveen Yadeni, along with cinematography minister Komti Reddy Venkat Reddy, visited Kims Hospital and handed over 50 lakhs check to deceased Revati's husband, who is the father of Shri Tej, who's getting treated at the hospital.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take this across to our guest. Joining us is Karthik Reddy. He's a spokesperson of the BRS. We have NV Subhash, spokesperson of the BJP. With us also is Sanjana Galrani, actor. We have also Tehseen Pulawala here in our studio. He's a political analyst. Dr. Sumansi Raman, political analyst, joins us from Chennai. Dr. Sumansi Raman, now amidst this war of words, with the person who is accused, Srinivas Reddy was earlier with the BRS. He's currently with the Congress. The point is that he happens to be the Youth Congress president from the very same constituency of the Chief Minister. And this is bound to raise some serious questions as to the manner of the protest, which of course now police has taken action, but it's bound to raise questions because you have the BJP and the BRS which are raising serious questions and about whether it's just a coincidence. They're even calling it a state-sponsored attack.
Look, Madhav, the attack is most condemnable, and Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has come forward openly and condemned it strongly. Police have taken action, right? So that is one part of the picture. The second part of the picture is what happened on that day, which led to the tragic loss of life of the lady, and the critical injuries that happened to the child. Now, the point is the police have not just put out a version; they have backed it with CCTV footage. Now, what more would you want the government to do to clarify their stance? They have made it clear that Mr. Arjun was informed that there had been this incident and this lady had died and so on, and at that point, at least from whatever the police version is, he did not budge. So the point is that initially, and I still feel that the arrest was over the top. I don't deny that. The arrest probably should have been avoided. But the case is very much in order because, you are expected to cooperate with the police, especially in a tense situation like this. Any individual, however big a star he may be, is expected to cooperate with the police and the government at that point of time.
And but that's the question.
Clearly,
the government says he didn't cooperate.
Put out, and they're backing it up with footage. The police are saying that. I'm not saying that.
Yes, the police and the government are saying that. But let me bring in Karthik Reddy. Karthik Reddy, the point is that the star should have cooperated with the authorities.
And they are backing it up with footage.
Okay. Once again, one by one. Karthik Reddy, do you agree with what Dr. Subansi Raman is saying? He's saying the police have backed up all their claims with footage. And their claim is that Allu Arjun has not been, exactly honest in the fact that he has said that there was no police there, for instance, who he even spoke to. But the police are clearly seen escorting him out of that particular theatre venue, and there's footage to prove that. Do you agree with Subansi Raman?
Good evening, Madhav. Well, now the case of Sandhya Theatre is in the courts, and I'm sure the courts are capable enough in our land to decide who's right and who's wrong. But Madhav, none of your panelists are from here, from Hyderabad, and they do not understand what's happening in Hyderabad, in Telangana for the last 1 year.
Disagree with you there, Karthik Reddy. You and NV Subhash are both from Hyderabad.
His house yesterday, and all right. So yes, okay. Thank you. There's another panelist from Hyderabad, so he can concur with what I'm saying. So the reason I say this is, Allu Arjun's house was vandalized yesterday, and this is not the first time. There's a pattern of all the people who have opposed the government or who have questioned the government or the government doesn't like, especially the Chief Minister doesn't like, their houses have been attacked and vandalized. Our MLAs' houses were vandalized. Our party leaders' houses were vandalized. Now just because it is Allu Arjun's house, now the media is covering it and you people assume that this is for the first time. No. A senior legislator from our party, Harish Rao's own camp office in his constituency was attacked by Congress goons. No FIR was lodged. Sunita Lakshma Reddy's house was vandalized. Kaushik's house was vandalized. And this is not the first time. I'm sure this won't be the last time also. And another point, people who keep telling us these people who have attacked Bunny's house are not from Congress party, do not assume us to be fools. That chap, and along with all the other boys who have jumped the gate and went on to pelt stones into Bunny's house, were all from Congress party and the Chief Minister's own constituency. Now, what are you trying to prove?
Okay.
And I don't know if there is.
I think that's a very important point. I want to bring in Suman. Suman, respond to that. Because he's saying, very important point you're making here, Karthik Reddy. I want Suman to respond to you because Subansi Raman, he's saying this is not happening for the first time. It's a known thing to happen on ground. Detractors of the Chief Minister have been targeted in this manner by workers of Congress party is the claim of the BRS spokesperson. And that's why there's a very clear pattern that this has probably been some kind of well thought out strategy. Please respond to Karthik Reddy.
Look, to say that a Chief Minister would ask his own, Youth Congress leader in his constituency to carry out an attack is ridiculous. I mean, even if Revanth Reddy did want to sort of send a strong message in this manner, I don't think he will ask his official party spokespersons and workers to go ahead and do it. There would be various anonymous people who would have done it. So I think it's a little far-fetched to lay the blame at the Chief Minister's door for this kind of an event. Look, in Andhra and Telangana, this kind of attacks happen against people who are identified as being against the government. It's been happening. You saw what happened when Mr. Naidu won in Andhra, and what happened to YSRCP workers and all that, and Jagan had to press a panic button and make a huge hue and
that
cry
isn't justified, sir. That isn't justified.
Died down.
You know,
So
and in this particular case, the role of the
I'm
chief
not
minister.
justifying it. I'm not justifying it.
Yeah, the chief
But
minister
my
speaking in the
point is
assembly. There seems to be an unusual amount of interest in this particular case.
Responsible.
Yeah, Karthik wants to respond to you.
I don't.
Okay, Karthik wants to respond to you. Karthik.
1 minute here, please.
Karthik.
Ben, 1 minute. Madhav, the reason I said in my monologue itself in the first minute that most of you people are not from Hyderabad, you do not know what's happening. And I kind of say that to Mr. Raman himself too, because, you know, Raman just said that I'm sure the chief minister is not that petty. He'll ask his party workers to do it. Yes, he is that petty. The whole reason for this is just because Bunny forgot the chief minister's name and tried to recollect his name, and he couldn't at an event. This whole event has sprung from there. And it would be so silly if I tell you that is the only reason. Another point, Madhav, we should remember. When these boys were pelting stones at Bunny's house, they were trying to jump his house, vandalize his home, broke his flower pots, tried to beat up his people and try to enter Bunny's house. You know, the media, the local media here, who are known to be pro-chief minister, that media was covering that live. And are you trying to tell me that these people had a sixth sense that something is going to happen at Bunny's house, and they were
Tehseen, I want Tehseen to come in on this point. I want Tehseen to come in on this very important point that you made about this being some kind of an ego tussle because he forgot the chief minister's name. The BRS spokesperson says that this is nothing but petty politics.
Thank you, Madhav. Good evening for having me. Thank you, Madhav, for having me on the show. Good evening to you, to all my fellow panelists, and to all the viewers. Jai Samvitan. Two issues. My initial reaction when the actor was arrested was just like Dr. Sumant, that this is too much. You don't arrest actors because there's a stampede, like you don't arrest politicians. And in BJP ruled states, you don't arrest people who cause stampedes as well. But that's not the issue right now. So my initial reaction was, why would you arrest an actor? But the Hyderabad police has put out with a timestamp what's happened. The permission was denied in writing. Everyone, it's very easy to say, look, I have a lot of respect for art. A lot of my friends are actors, but also a lot of my friends are... One second.
On the very first day, the police said we were not informed. The theatre management puts out a letter where they wrote to them. Then they say, oh yes, we were informed. But then, you know, it was through the regular method. Senior police officials were not told. So at the end of the day, even the police has done a lot of flip-flops.
No, let me answer that. There is no flip-flop. Let me answer that. But let your viewers know, a woman's lost her life. A woman has lost her life and her son is in ICU. Now let me answer that. In any, and please check with me, any police permission, you give it in writing, the police will tentatively tell you orally a yes or no, and you get a formal communication. That's how communication works. Anyone who's telling you anywhere else, including the actors, including the BJP people on your show, are like, you come right now with me, send a Times Now camera, let's ask Delhi Police Parliament that we want to they will give you a no in writing. Was a no given in writing? Yes, it was given a no. After that, did the actor come waving from a sunroof, knowing it will create a stampede? This is the biggest move. Yes. Was the actor asked to leave the theatre because a woman died? Did the actor's bouncers stop police? I'm asking you, Madhav. A woman has lost her life. The bouncers are stopping the police from telling the actor to leave. A DCP has to be called.
Allu Arjun says he was not even informed.
Yes, he was not informed because his goddamn bouncer stopped it. In fact, let me go one step ahead. I just need one line. I was initially critical of the chief minister. Today I am saying, if I was chief minister, those bouncers should be also behind jail. How dare you stop the police from discharging their duty? This also is an offence under the law.
Well, the police discharge their duty is also a question at the moment. But NV Subhash, well, they should have made adequate arrangements for that law and order situation to not happen. NV Subhash, the permission was denied. Despite the denial of permission, Allu Arjun went to the theatre. He did not cooperate with the cops. Do you agree with what Tehseen Budawala is saying?
Don't agree with me.
I don't agree.
One second, let him answer. Let him answer.
Let me see. First of all, the vandalization and stone pelting of any person's house is not a business. We just condemn the Bharatiya Janata Party condemns that because there are children, women, and other older people also. It is the period. They should be suspended. They should be put behind bars. The second thing is, why is this witch hunting by the Congress party in the Telangana rural state. With great difficulty.
Let him make his point. Let him make it. Let him speak. Tehseen, enough. Let him speak. Let him. He has just started speaking. You asked a question. Listen to the response. Yes.
No, but the response has to be decent.
No, many city stars have actually come out in support of Allu Arjun. So let's listen to all sides, please. Yes.
Life doesn't have any value in this country.
No. Of course, that is a very serious matter. There has to be
poor woman, it was a rich woman.
Allow him to make his point.
BJP people would not have said witch hunting.
Allow him to make his point.
A poor woman lost her life. I don't like the word witch hunting.
Don't interrupt. Everything is not just BJP or Congress. There are many shades to every story.
I have respect for the dead.
Allow him to make his point, please.
I have respect for the dead.
Mr. Subhash.
I have respect for the dead.
Great difficulty, with the great difficulty, and with the efforts of our senior people, the Tollywood has shifted from Chennai to Hyderabad. Social infrastructure has been done. All the cinema actors are paying the taxes. They are the citizens of Telangana also. You have no business to stop them. Now about the permission. The permission has been very clear. This is not the first time the cinema actors going to the shows. It has been done earlier also. The permission has been granted. Even the politicians also go there. Now, don't say that, the permission has not been granted. It is orally or, inorally or whatever it is. The permission has been granted. Now, the question is, why the police is, the flip-flopping, changing their dialogues every day. Because we have seen that, the permission has not been granted. We have not been informed. Boss, he's Allu Arjun. He's the top grosser in the, the Telugu film. You should make many arrangements. And this witch hunting, I'm saying it is either on Nagarjuna, it is on Mohan Babu or Mr. Just Allu Arjun. Why is this kind of witch hunting? Because they are not listening to you. Because he's the highest grosser on that.
Okay.
Is there any,
Okay, let's say this. The police was informed. One second. I got your point, Mr. Subhash. Now Tehseen respond to him because he says the police was informed. He is a big superstar. If he's going on the day of the release of his film, isn't it the job of the police, whose responsibility is maintaining law and order, to ensure that there are adequate crowd control and other arrangements?
You're absolutely right. And that was my first reaction. And I thought the officers should have been suspended. No two ways about it. Except facts have since come to light. There is no speculation was permission given or no. There's a written denial of permission with a timestamp and a stamp on it. That's how government functions. It was denied. Despite that, the actor came. There was no problem. A lot of actors go to watch their movies on the first day. They go, either they cover their face, they go, so there isn't a stampede. That's sensitivity. He went waving from a sunroof, thus causing the stampede. The gate broke. That is a video. You've seen the commissioner show.
So what was the DCP doing there if the permission was denied and there were no cops over there who were not aware of Mr. Allu Arjun's presence?
Had the senior officers not come, instead of one woman losing a life, which he calls
so they magically airdropped on the spot?
No, they got in.
They magically arrived. So police was aware then?
I'm glad you asked that question. Let me just tell you, I'm glad you asked that question. Reinforcement from the State Reserve Force was brought in to control the situation.
Okay, reinforcement is brought in, but advance arrangement could not have been done.
Sorry?
Reinforcement is brought in, but advance arrangement cannot be done.
Because you expect, no matter how big a star you are, and I do believe star, once a permission is denied,
I want Karthik to come in on this. Karthik,
don't go there.
Karthik, what is this explanation? Permission was denied, not denied, it's become thoroughly confusing now.
It's in written denied.
Tehseen, I respect your opinion, but you should also know the full story before you express your opinions here. As I told you, you're not from Hyderabad. You do not know what's happening here. First, Hyderabad police, Telangana police is infamous to make preventive arrest, right? Let's assume that what you're saying is right, that the permission was denied. Why didn't the police make a preventive arrest of Allu Arjun and did not let him to enter that Sandhya theatre? Why were the police there in that theatre when Bunny was entering? If there was no permission, it was denied, as you said so. So see, this is whole matter. As I said, Subhash will watch for this. This is not the first time.
Okay. I want Sanjana to come in. 1 second. I want Sanjana to come in as well.
And bullying movie stars, especially it's happening to Bunny. 1 minute, let me finish this.
Quickly. Coming to both of you, Subhash and Tehseen, 1 second.
It's happening with different movie stars also.
Okay.
It is happening with different movie stars. It is happening to Bunny. It is happening to everybody else.
Okay.
This won't be the last arrest, mind you. I'll come on your show next week or so with another arrest.
Sanjana, there's a pattern over here. And, at the end of the day, we all remember what the High Court has also said. The High Court has very clearly said he cannot be held liable.
He cannot be held liable. He's not an accused. He's forcibly made an accused. He's been dragged into this case. Therefore, the bail was granted the very same day. Niranjan Reddy, his particular lawyer, had a 3-page permission with a seal, with a signature, with a manual signature, with a pen, that the permission is granted for him, the actress, the entire unit to be attending the particular case. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Sumansi Raman, it's very easy to forget that the High Court has given him a clean chit. The High Court has said that he cannot be held prima facie responsible or accountable depending on the material that was there before them.
No. Madhav, on the first day, that was exactly my sentiment too. I thought, why is the man even being arrested? It makes no sense if there was a stampede. But now the facts have all come. And the irony of this whole thing, here is a chief minister who is laying down a law and saying that this VIP culture, whether you're a big movie star or whatever, it doesn't matter, you should be equal before law. And he is being treated like as if he is carrying out a vendetta. One more thing. Can you imagine what would have been the outcry if Mr. Arjun had been picked up in preventive arrest? They would have said this is a witch hunt. After all, he had asked for permission.
They are still saying it's a witch hunt. They are saying that he was arrested. It is still a witch hunt.
Kind of a known criminal to go and arrest preventively?
Okay, Sanjana is back with us. Sanjana, you want to respond to that?
I mean,
Sanjana Galrani.
So, which person can be comfortably, even if it is a you or I, just let's use our common sense, which person will comfortably sit in the theatre and watch a movie if they're informed that outside there's a stampede and somebody's died? And especially when it comes to a celebrity, he's a socially responsible person. The very next day, of course, money cannot compensate for anything, but he came in, he apologized, he said it was very unfortunate. He gave a compensation of 25 lakhs the other day. Yesterday there was a compensation by the producers of 50 lakhs. Nobody wants a death to happen over entertainment. Who can sit comfortably in the theatre and watch a movie when somebody's died outside because of stampede, because of him? Nobody can. So these are all cooked up stories that he was informed, he was sitting inside, he was watching the movie, he was not bothered about somebody who's died outside because they're his fans and it's happened because of his fan following. So please tarnish these baseless, proofless stories. The very fact that he's got the bail the very same day is because the case is completely weak, and it's not his fault. It's the fault of the security which had to be arranged by the police of the state. And now that nothing has fallen in place for the police, now sit and play blame games. Handwritten note comes from somewhere that the permission is denied. God knows on which date that handwritten note was written. It would have been written today morning, and today evening it's viral.
There's no credibility of that handwritten note. I've seen the entire basis of your argument. She's saying there's absolutely no credibility of that handwritten note.
I would request you to make my point. Any government documentation is time-stamped. Not only is that note, does it have a timestamp, there are CCTV cameras and everything is footage recorded. In fact, what the actress on your show is speaking about, she is saying and she's claiming on your show that permission was given in 3-page note. There is no evidence of that. Neither has the actor produced it, neither has the police. That's number one. Number two, just because Bunny happens to be a close friend of Kartik Reddy, that does not give him a right. Bunny's bouncers were stopping the police from telling him that somebody's died outside. The police has put it on record. It's not been denied by
Arjun has
Bunny.
a completely different version.
No, they haven't denied it. No? They've said, yes, it was a DCP. We've seen the footage of DCP escorting out. Now, I want to end with one thing. Imagine a mega star like Bunny coming in, waving in his SUV, and then the police preventive arresting him. There would have been riots.
Okay, quick response from Sanjana. Then we have to wrap up the show. Sanjana, quick response to Tehseen.
I am not talking on imaginative stories. I am talking with facts and with documents. Niranjan Reddy, his lawyer, presented the 3-page permission letter in the court of law. And because of that letter itself, got the bail.
Diametrically opposite versions. We'll have to leave it there. Let's leave it there for the moment. Kartik Reddy, NV Subhash, Sanjana Galrani, Tehseen Poonawala, Dr. Suman C. Raman. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on this first debate.